Okay, here's your mod organizer slash harbor slash Skyrim together modding guide. First thing we have here is Harbor. That's just the default tool for uh, doing Skyrim together. You should already have this. Uh, Download this if you don't. Uh, you should just have it already, okay? Second thing, we have Mod Organizer 2. This is the main important thing, and what you need right here is just Mod Organizer 2. It's your modding guide, it's your modding item, it's your modding everything. Don't use any other modding tools. I don't know how to get Skyrim Together modding working without it. And even besides that, it's just the best modding tool. Just go ahead and left click on it, middle click on it, and it'll bring you to the page. Go ahead and scroll down to Files. Scroll down some more. You have Installer right here. Hit Manual Download on the installer. It's just a really easy installation guide. You shouldn't have any issues with this. Try to have it on the same drive as Skyrim, but it's not really important. Next, we have Skyrim script extender here. You'll need this for a few of your mods that you'll have later on, like Sky UI and Skyrim Together Plus. You just, once again, left click on it, middle click on it, brings you over here. You're going to be looking for the current SE build. When it comes to installing, though, you're just going to want to use this YouTube right here. I'm not going to walk you through it, so just follow that guide. It's really fast, really easy. It's 3 minutes long. You can just do it. Um, Next, we have our mods here. But before we do that, we need to actually get into Mod Organizer 2. So you just go ahead and open it up, bippity boppity. You're going to have to go ahead and set up a new instance. It's pretty straightforward. You just hit like new instance, name it something like together, and then select Skyrim Special Edition, and you'll have Mod Organizer. Um, it will look a little bit similar to this. This will probably be empty. This will be empty. So don't worry about that for now. First thing you need to do to set up is you're going to go ahead and go to Tools, Settings, Nexus. And in Nexus, you can go ahead and link up your Nexus Mod Manager account so that whenever you're over here trying to download mods like Unofficial Patch, it'll just download automatically to Mod Organizer and make everything way easier. Once you have that set up in the tools section, you'll just be able to go over here and click this button right here, download. It might say something different. It might say Mod Organizer, it might say Vortex. It doesn't matter. You just click the download button, not the manual button. Some mods might require you to click manual, but pretty much 90% of the time you're going to want to be clicking Vortex because it just makes it so much easier to install. And once you have clicked on that button, you'll go ahead and have gotten something to show up under your downloads folder here. Downloads tab, you can just click on it, left click, really easy. It has all your downloaded stuff start to show up here. It'll have installed, uninstalled, downloaded. It'll show something is all that matters. And once you have it there, you're going to go ahead and just left click on it twice. Um, It'll pop up with this little quick install here. Sometimes you'll have mods with the same name, so you'll just have to change the name Andromeda 1.12. You could even enter your own name and Andromeda. Maybe I misspelled it, doesn't matter. You just click OK. Bam. And it shows up right over here, and it'll be unchecked. That means that the mod isn't currently active, so you just go ahead and click the check mark right here. And once I do that, it shows up over here. Once again, click on plugins, and if you check, uncheck, you can see it shows up. Check, it's gone. Check again, and it's here. That's really all you have to do for it. Go ahead and just install all the mandatory mods here, everything under mods. And if you feel like it, you can go ahead and install those under optional, which are specifically visuals based mods. If you have a anytime tag, that means that just install it anytime in your playthrough. You don't really have to worry about installing it at the start. It'll work just the same. You've got stuff like the CBE, which just makes people have no clothing. Incredible. You have stuff like Lean Wolf's better shaped weapons, which just makes it so that weapons don't look like cutting boards or whatever, yada yada. Then you have things that should be at the start. If you're going to install them, you should install them now. That's just stuff like Apache here and race menu, where it just affects everything in the game pretty much. And so you don't really want to worry about installing that mid playthrough, as it's more likely to mess things up. Okay, so you've got all your mods installed in theory. So what do you do next? Okay. Next, you're going to go ahead and you're going to open up Mod Organizer 2 again, and you're going to click on here, and you'll notice it says SKSE. You're going to go ahead and want to run that one time. You're going to want to run it once. It'll launch Skyrim. You don't really have to do anything there. Just be in the Skyrim menu where it says play, new game, continue, etc. Just launch it, quit out of it. Once you do that, Skyrim Scripting Center will be all set up and you'll be good to go. But now we want to actually do the Skyrim together portion of this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and click on edit. And once we're in here, we're going to have all our executables. You'll have remember this from SKSE over here. You'll hit the plus button, okay? And this will make a new executable. You can name it anything you want. I just name it Harbor personally because that's what the application you're launching is. And then you're going to go ahead and want to click on binary. Ignore start in, ignore arguments, click on binary. You're going to want to click on this, left click on browse file system. Okay. It's going to go ahead and open up some random folder in your computer. Personally, I have it already in the Harbor folder already, so I don't have to go searching, but you're going to probably have to go looking for this. You're going to find your Harbor folder wherever it is. You might have named it something different. All that really matters is you find harbor.exe, not the installer for Harbor, specifically the harbor.exe, the thing that actually launches Harbor. You go ahead and click open, click apply, click OK. And that's all you have to do. You just select Harbor and you're pretty much set. You might want to do some sorting in your plugins, make sure it's all aligned. Pretty much at this point, you're good to go though. Everything else in this video is me just going over last thoughts. For if you're going to optional, you'll probably want to ask me. Maybe I'll add a tutorial for those in particular. I have needs instructions tagged on things that are a little bit more confusing. That when you install it, it isn't immediately working. Um, and that stuff you can just leave a comment, like on the doc, just DM me, ask me in person. Doesn't really matter. I'll try and help you with it though. Simple stuff for mod organizer, the minus and plus and whatnot. That just means it's being overridden. It's not really a big deal. Let me actually fix this for myself here. Actually, there you go. It's just as easy as left clicking and dragging. And this just means that Eyes of Beauty is now going to override Total Character Makeover. Um, it's not really a big deal. Once you do that, go ahead and click sort again. Okay. Once it's done sorting, parsing loop messages, I think I'm finally done with everything. Got everything downloaded, installed, everything's checked over here, everything's checked over here. So you can go ahead and finally hit run on Harbor. Once you do that, it's going to go ahead and open up Harbor. It's going to ask you for an integrity check. You can go ahead and just click on it. It'll take a second. It might even do it automatically. I'm not sure. I just always click on it. It's checking for updates. It's basically going through the file. And every time you install new mods, you'll have to do this. But other than that, you can just click play and it'll work from there. You've got everything set up already. So yeah, you've got, in theory, modded Skyrim working Skyrim together.